All right, guys, as we get ready to ride out here today, just want to give a couple of quick shout outs. One being to my brother Flip and the Blue Mule. Flip, give me some stickers, guys. And Flip, you'll be happy to know that you are the very first YouTuber that I've ever used one of their stickers, because you're the very first one to ever give me a sticker. So you saw the clickbait, you know why you're here. We're going to be talking about the Guardian Bell or the Gremlin Bell. This one was presented to me by Flip and the Blue Mule. The first Guardian Bell I've ever been presented, guys. And it says this bike is protected by God. This bike is protected by the good Lord and a gun. And yeah. So let's dive into it as we talk a little bit about the Guardian Bell or the Gremlin Bell. Gremlin Bell, if you prefer. Alright guys, after a couple of false launches with the camera, let's try this out again. So if you are new here, welcome in, guys. My name's T-Bone. This is Rolling with T-Bone. I done messed my opening up. Anyway, I shoot motorcycle related content and, well, any kind of content really. If you are new here, I ask you to check out two or three of my videos. Make sure that I'm right for you, and if so, maybe you could consider giving me a like and a subscribe. And welcome into our new subscribers. So if you're old here, you know what's going on as we're riding down the road on the Joker. The Guardian Bells, guys. Let's dive into the Guardian Bells. As you've seen there in the opening, I told you that's the first Guardian Bell that I've ever been gifted. Now, there is some lore, and I did do research on this subject. As far as I can tell, it goes all the way back to World War II. The Guardian Bell would be put onto planes and various aircraft to keep the gremlins away. Gremlins are fairy tale creatures that are believed in the motorcycle culture as well as in the air culture, that the gremlins live on the side of the road and wait for you to come by so they can jump on your motorcycle or jump on your airplane and cause as much havoc as possible. So the lure kind of shifts a little bit back and forth, but the gist of it is that these guys in World War II would put these Guardian Bells on their planes, and it was adapted and it was brought back with the soldiers and the servicemen, and they would put them on their motorcycles to ward off the gremlins of the road and to basically protect their motorcycles if they as they rode down the road, to keep gremlins out of the engines or whatever. And I don't know if this was just a stab at Harley Davidson owners and Indian owners, but it said especially if you own a Harley Davidson or an Indian. So I don't I don't know if that was just them taking a gig or but it was definitely there, and I read it, so make of that what you will. I don't want to say that it isn't important, because it is to some people. That bell is very important. Now, in saying that, why did I say that I don't want to say it's not important? Because some people, I have heard them say, if you are presented a bell, when you get rid of that motorcycle, you're supposed to transfer that bell over to your new motorcycle. Then there was another thing I read where it said, if you're selling that motorcycle to a friend, you transfer the bell to your friend who bought your motorcycle and wait for someone to present you with another bell. You can't, but the way the lure goes, and if I'm reading it correctly, You cannot buy the Guardian Bell for yourself. It has to be bought and presented to you. So there's that. I'm actually starting to think I need to put a Gremlin Bell on the camera. Oh, this thing is giving me issues today like nothing's business. And I don't know if it's because I have that bell in my pocket or not. Oh, Lord. Anyway, guys, yeah, that's the lure. I know it's practiced a lot in this country. I don't know about other countries, but I assume maybe it is. I can only speak for this country. And I know there's a lot of people subscribe to the idea of putting the bell on their motorcycle. Now, it is said that usually they are presented to someone, from someone who really cares about them, who wants them to be safe. Now, I don't know what it says about me that I've never been presented a Gremlin Bell until flipping the Blue Mule. I've been offered Gremlin Bells in the past, and I've turned them down, and here's why. There is a very specific reason why I have never put a Gremlin Bell on a motorcycle that I own, and I'm going to explain that to you right now. In the 90s, sometime in the 90s, there was an old gentleman that I rode with, and he's gone on to be with the Lord now, but we got on the subject of the Gremlin Bells back then, or the Guardian Bells, whichever you prefer, and he got to talking to me about it. And all of the years that I had ridden motorcycles, Dan asked me why my motorcycle never had a Gremlin Bell, and I told him, I said, well, I've never been presented one, which I wasn't even aware then that someone else had to present it to you. I knew nothing about the lure. So he told me at that time, and I'm talking, he's a biker from the 50s and 60s. He says if you've never been presented one and you've ridden all those years, and now at this point, guys, I'm 46 years old. I have been riding a motorcycle for 38 years, 37 years. He believed that it may have the opposite effect and bring bad luck, having ridden all those years and never used a Gremlin Bell, to put a Gremlin Bell on the bike after all those years of never using it. Now, here's my stand on this whole situation. It kind of goes the same with the black cat crossing your path, throwing a pinch of salt over your shoulder, never walking in under a ladder. To me, it's just a superstition. Now, I am not a superstitious person. I never have been. I don't believe in good or bad luck. I believe in good and bad karma. I believe the good you put out there in the world will come back to you. And I also believe the bad that you put out into the world will come back to you. So, I don't subscribe to the superstition side of things, if that makes sense. I'm not a superstitious person, not by nature, nor just by being a Southerner, because it seems like a lot of Southern people are superstitious. And that's nothing against us Southern people. It's just part of our heritage and part of what makes us who we are. So in the interest of what he told me, and Dan was an old biker, and I trust his word. I even trust stuff that he told me back then today. So I'm kind of at a crossroads with it, I guess. I don't want to seem ungrateful, because the one Flip gave me, I'm going to put into a jewelry box where I keep all my important stuff at, because some people would say, well, even if you don't believe in it, why wouldn't you just put the bell on your bike? because of the other part of that, where I was told, having not ran one for all these years, then maybe I shouldn't run one now. So I don't know what I'm going to do. Y'all drop down the comments, sound off, let me know what you think about that. Should I put it on? Should I not? Which bike should I put it on? Should I put it on the Joker? Should I put it on Big Papa, the one that, you know, the crown, you know, the jewel in the crown of this channel is Big Papa? Or one of the Dynas. I mean, I don't know. You know, again, it's one of those things where I don't subscribe to superstition. So to me, either way is fine. I'm fine with it. I'm fine without it. Because, now my dad, on the other hand, was very, very superstitious. Yeah, my dad was superstitious. He was very, you know, he, black cat crossed the path in front of him on the road. Man, he'd be up there Xing that window out. And, you know, if you broke a mirror, oh man, 7 years bad luck, and you had to do something with something to keep the bad luck away from you for 7 years. I don't know. There's just a lot of superstitions in the South. And one that he really subscribed to was the cemetery at night thing. He did not venture into cemeteries at nighttime. Me, I don't care. All right, doggy. You'll run out of good luck if you get out here in front of this bike. But anyway, the Crestlawn Cemetery, in which the locals know which cemetery I'm talking about when I say the Crestlawn. My dad was scared to death, absolutely scared to death of that cemetery. And the most I could ever get him to tell me about it was something that happened to him one night while he was walking. One of his cars had broke down. He was walking past that cemetery. He didn't really tell me what happened, because whatever it was, he didn't want to talk about it. So I never pushed the issue. But you know, like I said, I don't subscribe to superstitions. Now, with that being said, I also don't go out here and push the limits of my karma in either direction. I just try to be a good person, and I try to make sure that I try to treat people, you know, accordingly. The way they treat me, that's how I try to treat them. But yeah, you know what, that thing with the Gremlin Bell, guys, it ain't just the Gremlin Bell. You know, people with a lucky coin, or lucky pair of underwear, or lucky pair of socks, or lucky shirt, or, you know, that's all well and good. But for me, I've just never, again, I've never been a superstitious person. So I've never subscribed to that superstitious philosophy, I guess is what I'm trying to say. I think there's just things happen, good and bad. Kind of like, you know, anything in life. Good and bad happen to everybody. It's not just a cornered market on good luck or bad luck. It's just things happen. So I'm kind of at a crossroads, and the Guardian Bell that Flip from over on the YouTube channel, Flip and the Blue Mule, give it to me. You know, very cool bell. Come with a beautiful bag that you keep it in, not like a it's a black crushed velvet bag, which I assume maybe all of them come in a bag like that. But yeah, I don't know, it's kind of one of those things where I had heard a guy talking, this has been several years ago, but he was asked about a Guardian Bell on his bike, and he said, well, he said, I have been presented a Guardian Bell, and I keep it in my vest pocket on my vest, so no matter what motorcycle I'm on, I've got the bell with me. And I thought, well, that's kind of counterproductive, because you're supposed to put the bell on the lowest point of the motorcycle, closest to the road, to ward off the gremlins and the bad things that can happen to you on the road. I kind of thought that was counterproductive, but I didn't say anything because it wasn't any of my business. But I thought, to me, that kind of seemed like it kind of defeats the purpose of the Gremlin Bell if you don't put it where it's supposed to be. But again, you know, it is what it is. you know, if you subscribe to the totem theories that, you know, objects become, and I love watching these things on YouTube. I know I'm kind of gibbering on here about this, but I love watching these channels on YouTube. I watch a lot of paranormal stuff on YouTube. Of course, a lot of cryptid stuff about Bigfoot, other things like that. But I like watching these paranormal videos because they, you know, they'll go to a haunted house and there's supposed to be a haunted doll, like the Annabelle doll, and, you know, the evil spirits have attached themselves to the dolls. You know, I don't, I'm not going to say that there isn't something crazy going on with the doll, but, you know, is it an evil spirit? I mean, I don't know, is it? I don't, if you subscribe to that, I guess it could be. I mean, you know, kind of on those things, and this is kind of how I've always looked at the superstition thing, is that if it's something that you believe in, that is real in your mind, then that makes it a very real thing. You know, the human mind picks up, you know, on certain things that happen in life, and, you know, and if a coin or a bell or a lucky pair of shoes or a lucky shirt make you feel more comfortable, then by all means, that's in your mind, it's real in your mind. And like I said, with this bell, if I don't end up putting it on a bike, I will most likely take this bell and I will put it in a jewelry box that I have where I keep all of my important mementos at. And I gotta tell you something, guys, this and I do want to apologize to Flip. The other night, this came from a chat, this came from a conversation in a chat where I'm not sure how the conversation got started, but I had just kind of typed in, I've never been presented a guardian bell, and then Flip was like, yes you have, and I was like, have I? And then I went and looked through actually I had, along with the stickers. I had completely, guys, middle-age memory loss is very real, and I'm not saying that jokingly. I'm not trying to be funny and get a ha-ha out of it. Middle-age memory loss is very real, and I am starting to suffer from it, sadly. But yeah, I mean, it's you know, it's kind of one of them things I had forgotten that he had given it to me. He presented it to me that day. But I didn't want, you know, Flip to feel like that it wasn't important to me, because it was. I just simply forgot about it. And I didn't mean no disrespect by forgetting about it. I just forgot about it. But I do have more of the Flip and the Blue Mule stickers, so you guys keep your eyes peeled in the coming videos. I plan on trying to do something very cool with the stickers that Flip give me. I've got a couple of them saved back. Got one on this helmet I'm wearing now. Got one saved back for R1. But I am going to be using the other stickers in what I think might be a cool way. But that'll be in a future episode of Rolling with T-Bone where I kind of discuss that. But yeah, guys, the Guardian Bell, the Gremlin Bell, whatever you want to, you know, refer to it as. What's your thoughts on them? What's your head on the Gremlin Bell? Do you have them? Do you subscribe to it? Or is it just something that really don't matter to you? I tell you what, the throttle on the Joker, this has got to be one of the touchiest throttles I've ever dealt with on a motorcycle. And I think I've said that before. But I know somebody had commented on one of the videos that had the Joker in it that said they would like to see me do a ride up and a walk around. I will try to do that later on, but right now it's winter time and this bike needs a bath and a wax and polishing, and it needs to be cleaned up. And I'm, you know, when it gets to a day like it is today, I'm just riding, I'm not cleaning. But yeah, I plan on shooting a lot of content with this bike, actually. Still got a few things I need to get checked, big step on it. I don't know if I'm going to leave a clip in or just take it out completely, but it was giving me a hard time back there when I pulled over having camera trouble. I shut it off and went to crank it back, and it was showing its hand in there a little bit, the Joker was. So I may have to get involved in that and find out what's going on if it keeps that up, because most of the time you turn the key on, hit switch it, bust the throttle, it's ready to go. So that was the first time it's ever pulled that stunt on me, and I don't know if that's a new stunt or if it was a fluke, but I'll figure that out as I go further into the journey with the Joker here. But and to the guy who originally donated this to Forgotten Angels, I haven't forgotten to call you. I've just been, this time of the year is just really busy for me. I have a lot of different things going on at different places, my job, my lodge, trying to keep this YouTube channel up. So I haven't forgot to call you. It's just I've got to have the time, because when I call you, swing is saying like an 18-wheeler T-bone. Anyway, when I call you, I want to be able to spend, you know, some time on the phone talking to you about the bike and the history of the bike and a lot of things that you know, you can tell me about it, and then I can pass it on the YouTube channel. Which brings me to my final thing that I'm wanting to talk to you guys about today. YouTube and Facebook. I've kind of had this idea floating around in my head where I may stop uploading full episodes of Rolling with T-Bone onto Facebook, because I'm having memory trouble on Facebook with, you know, if it's videos too big, you can't, or I have to turn the quality of the video down to get YouTube or Facebook to accept it. So it may be one of them deals where if you want to continue watching Rolling with T-Bone, I'll share a link to Facebook to get to the video, and you can still watch it from you can watch it from Facebook. You'll just be viewing it on my YouTube channel. So I may end up doing that after the first of the year. It's not nothing set in stone that I'm yes or no or very fact of the matter on, but it may be something that I shoot for going forward with the content. But guys, I'll tell you what, that's pretty well much going to bring this Rolling with episode, or oh God, I forgot how to talk. See, I'm telling you guys, that middle-aged memory thing, that's very real. Sometimes your tongue gets tied up around your eye teeth and you can't see what you're saying. So and if you know where that reference or that saying, your tongue getting tied up around your eye teeth, if you know where that's from, you had a very cool childhood. That saying came from a guy who I still love to watch, and I watch him to this day on YouTube. That came from Mr. Red Skelton. He had got tongue-tied on his TV show one night back in the 60s, and he had said, my tongue got tied up around my eye teeth and I couldn't see what I was saying. So Mr. Red Skelton is the man. If you don't know who Red Skelton is, I invite you to Google him, watch some of his old TV shows on episodes on YouTube, and enjoy good, clean slapstick comedy. Mr. Red Skelton. But I'll tell you what, guys, everything from Guardian Bells to Red Skelton, here we are. This is where I'm going to drop off this episode of Rolling with T-Bone. Remember to like, comment, share, and subscribe. To my new people here, thank you for hitting the subscribe button. And guys, I'll tell you what, until the next time, y'all take care of yourselves, take care of each other, and hey, thanks for watching.